I was all alone. You see, I was all
Grouptext has been through a million different versions, but one thing has remained through the entire thing, which is the foundation of the song, and it's these weird little oohs. And a lot of people have asked me about the processing on this vocal right here, and the secret to it really is it was all recorded on the microphone in the MacBook. I had just moved into a new apartment with two of my best friends, and Grouptext was the very first thing that I made on the floor of my bedroom before I had a bed. The room was completely empty, and I thought the room sounded kind of cool and small and boxy. So just for fun, I started recording some little vocal oohs literally on the MacBook microphone and layered them. I'll show you layer by layer. It comes in like this. Literally just me singing into the microphone. Then I layered it a bunch of times. Just kind of different melodies with the same rhythm that harmonize a little bit. Added some more of them. And this is literally just raw takes right into the MacBook microphone. And then I slapped some auto-tune on it and messed with a couple extra effects just to bring out the weird texture of the room and the MacBook microphone. So I added a compressor, some extra verb, a little studio chorus, and an OTT. And that's really the foundation of this whole song. Apart from that, it's literally bass, kick, claps, and a couple little weird synth sounds. But there was so much cool texture to that ooh that no matter what I added on top of it, I always felt like I was hiding the oohs too much. And the final product became by far the most stripped version of this song. So there's an 808 going, there's a little synth bass going just to create that stutter effect. And then a kick and some claps that I recorded in the same room on the same MacBook microphone. Just with a little delay on it, and it all comes together with some little synthy sounds. Now those synthy sounds that you're hearing is this patch right here, which I thought was beautiful, but it's even cooler reversed. So here's the original patch, and then the reversed version of it happens right after. Oh, and I brought in this kind of strange little lead synth as well. So the song was pretty much done, and then I went to London just to kind of like tidy up a few things and find some inspiration to finish the album. And I met up with Ebenezer, who's an incredible artist living out in London. And I played him the demo for this and explained to him that I really wanted to create some sort of departure at the end of the song. So what we did is we took those oohs, bounced them all out, and pitched them up quite a bit. So that's the exact same oohs, just pitched up with a bass underneath it. And then he wrote an incredible verse on top of that.
I only call him out of boredom. It's a habit that I do often. When it's you I want, really should ignore him. But I get lonely, girl, I get lonely. Wish that you would pick up, or slide in your DMs. Would you take off your knickers? Tryna hit a home run, never lie be in the picture. Can you get the picture? I'm gone off the liquor. Shots like a sticker. And loving me is useless. That's what your friends say up in the group text. But you got that cemetery love for me. Oh about now, you ain't switched up on me. I'm talking to you candid. Sorry if I took your love for granted, but I was all alone. Now I'm such.
Probably my favorite moment in here. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in his verse because he's so dynamic, and I wanted to underline all of the weird like rhythms and stuff that he was hitting. So there's a bunch of stops and sound effects and cool things happening. But my favorite thing in the verse, low key, is at the very end of it. He kind of says like the first like really like vulnerable sentence in his verse. Sorry if I took your love for granted. Everything else is a little bit flexy. And then there's like a moment of vulnerability right there. So I wanted to underline that. So that moment right after he says, sorry if I took your love for granted, that's the only time in the song where the bass note changes. So if you listen to the bass,
Sorry if I took your love for granted, but I was all alone. Now I'm such that you respond.
it's literally just, it's the same chord, but the bass note is a little bit lower, brings out more of a minory feeling of that chord and makes that moment just a little bit more emotional. If everything is super repetitive, a little change like that might make all the difference. And I think that's my favorite moment on Grouptext.